3. Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do another how-to service tips. We're going to point out service point areas on a Pentora 150 ATV. Now this may be similar on other style Chinese ATVs, so we're going to do it on this model. It's the Pentora 150 fully automatic. Vitacci or Apollo is a supplier of this ATV. So we have Tyson here today. He's our lead tech here at Scooter City Reno. That's our local shop in Reno, Nevada, as well as Scooter ATV Sales. You guys, if you're out of state, please order on Scooter ATV Sales, or if you have any questions, please check our website there for product specifications. So Tyson is going to point out service tips on this Pentora 150. We're going to start with the control arms, go over the engine systems, how to drain the gearbox oil, engine oil, spark plug, and Zerk fittings, which this model also has. And this is very similar to the Pentora 250. So from a brand new position, from being brand new when you guys purchase it, I'm going to push this off to Tyson right now to give it a go here.
Okay. Well, first thing you're probably going to want to do when you're going through servicing everything here is you're going to want to pull off these little caps, and if you could use a grease gun to lube up these joints. On this model right here, there's 3 fittings on each side. There's 2 on the lower control arm, and then there's 1 up top up here. And it's the same on the other side.
Okay, so these Zerk fittings over here on the control arms.
Yep.
On the bottom and the top. We see the red, you guys, here. That's where Tyson's pointing out. And make sure you put those caps back on when you're done servicing those areas. Anywhere else on here?
I don't believe on this model now.
Okay, great. And so servicing is very important, you guys. So what's the next step here?
Next thing would probably be oil change.
Okay.
Now for changing the oil, this is you unscrew this bolt right down here.
Okay.
Up above that is a spring, and up above that is a screen filter.
All right, put your finger on there one more time.
Right up here.
All right, you guys, you can see that, you guys. So, and that's going to take about how much oil would you say?
I believe this is just shy of a quart.
Okay, just shy of a quart, you guys. So that would be the drain as well. Mm-hmm. And this is on what, the right side of the ATV, right side of the engine?
Right side of the engine.
Okay. All right. So,
and then right here is your oil fill.
All right.
So, and when you're filling this back up, when you check your oil, you want to make sure that after you wipe your dipstick off, that you just dip the stick back in and then pull it back out.
Okay.
You don't screw it in and then unscrew it and then check the oil up.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Great.
Okay.
What's our next step here on gearbox?
Next thing would be, I guess, your gearbox.
All right.
This gearbox here, there's 2 drain plugs.
Okay.
1 right here and 1 right here.
All right, we're going to go under here and check this out, you guys. So go ahead and put your fingers on those again.
Here and right here.
All right, so one right there where it's marked red, and then the other one over here, and then this one right here. 2 drain plugs on the gearbox. Mm-hmm. All right.
And then your fill plug is right up here.
Okay. How often should they service this gearbox?
I'd probably do the first service like right after, when you do your first oil change, and then after that, probably every 3 or 4 oil changes. Okay. At most.
All right. So from a brand new, your first service, you're about 5 to 10 hours out, breaking it in, riding it easy. You're not hustling on the ATV. So you're going to bring it in. You're going to make these fluid changes as well. Now, are we going to check the hubs and the wheels on there as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So, well, shit, wasn't ready for that.
Okay. So we're going to check the wheels as well, just making sure everything's nice and tight, checking the control arms, the hubs on all 4, and that's a part of the important areas you want to service, little points there, service points as throughout your ownership as well. And then we got right over here on the left side, we got the transmission cover. Now this is a CVT system with chain drive, you guys, as you can see. So Tyson, for the video purposes, he's loosened this already. So go ahead and remove the cover. And you can point out all the different mechanics of the whole thing.
Okay. Well, up here in front is your variator behind this fan. When you remove this, back inside there's some little roller weights that are inside there that you can change out. So you can put lighter ones in if you want the motor to rev higher. Okay. Or if you want a little bit, or if you want the transmission to engage a little bit lower speed.
Gotcha.
You put the larger weights in.
Okay.
And then this back over here is your clutch.
Okay. All right. You can always do upgrades on the clutch as well. Go to scooterATVparts.com, you guys, if you're looking for parts like this. I do have some aftermarket parts for the variator, as well as the clutch system over here. And then this is your belt drive on this side. So it looks like it's pretty much set up just like the scooter.
Yeah, it's
transmissions,
it's exactly
CVT.
the same.
Okay. All right. So we got the drain plug area and all. And what is this one right here?
That one right there is another drain plug.
Okay.
But if you drain the oil out of this one, it's a little easier to get the oil out, but you can't clean the little filter screen.
Gotcha.
That comes out with the other one.
Okay, so you guys understand now where all the plugs are for the fluid changes. We're going to walk around over here and point out the carburetor area, spark plug, and fuel filter. So go ahead and point that out.
Yep.
And what do they use?
Well, spark plug right here. Just pull this little boot out, and you got your spark plug right back there. If you want to change that, typically when I change those when you change your oil.
Okay.
And that would be a 5/8 or a 16 millimeter socket to get that out.
Okay. CR7HSA from NGK brand. Okay, that's what we use, you guys.
That's what we use here. Yep.
And let's check out the fuel filter. That needs to be replaced. Where about is that here on this side, or is it the other side?
I think it's on the other side.
Okay. I'm gonna walk around the other side. Yeah, there's the fuel filter, you guys.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, that's the Chinese fuel filter that comes with its stock out of the box. So always nice to upgrade that as well. And of course, this is your carburetor over here. And this is all your EPA stuff, pressure regulator on this side over here. And then did want to point out on your carburetor, if you guys are looking to make those idle adjustments, point that out to them, what they do.
Yeah, well, this right up here is your idle screw.
Okay, now they are coming still with that cap on it, right?
I'll grab that cap.
We're going to show you guys what it has to be actually shipped in this fashion just due to EPA purposes. So this little cap right there.
So this little cap comes actually pressed in right over the top of this screw.
Okay. And then you will have to pull it off,
Yeah,
right?
you need to pry it out.
Pry it out. So you pry it out to get access to your idle. All right, right on.
Yeah, work it out with some vice grips or something like that.
Okay, fantastic. And then let's show the service points or air points on the shocks and the adjusters here on the shocks. Let's start with the front.
Start with the front? Okay. Well, right up here, got a little Schrader valve.
Okay.
So that way you can actually adjust your extra spring pressure with that. So you can soften it up or lighten it with that.
All right.
That's more for fine tuning. The main rough tuning would be with the springs.
Okay.
And you just use a spanner to loosen this to loosen the top the lock nut off.
Okay.
And then you can crank it down or loosen it depending on if you want it softer or stiffer.
Okay, so that would be the same on all the shocks all the way around.
All the way around. Yep.
Awesome. All right. So besides that, now you're going to check all the nuts and bolts, make sure everything's tight, particularly since it's brand new. Starting from the brand new, you guys, things do loosen up on it. So you want to definitely, besides servicing the mechanics of your ATV, you definitely want to check all the nuts and bolts on the chassis, right? Anywhere with body panels.
Yeah, pretty much periodically, at least when you do oil changes, you want to go through and at least put a wrench on all the bolts too.
Okay, fantastic. And then we have a rear end over here, solid rear axle. Again, this has hydraulic brakes all the way around. And what do we do here for the chain adjustment here?
For the chain adjustment, we loosen up these two bolts right here on this one. And you can either use some kind of a spanner. I have a, what do you call it? It's a kitchen sink strainer wrench.
Okay, awesome.
That actually works really well for this.
Okay.
And they're only about $9 at Home Depot.
There you go. Okay.
Or you can just use a hammer and a screwdriver.
All right.
And you need to either just tap this in or pull it out depending on if you need the chain tighter or looser.
Gotcha. All right. So it's usually easier to lift the wheels off, right? So then the axle is actually a lot freer.
Right.
That way you can actually make your adjustment here as on the carrier area here, because this is going to be moving up or down. Correct?
Correct. Yes.
Now, if you guys want more detailed video on how to do the chain adjustment on the Pentora 150, you guys can look it up on my channel. Just type in how to adjust chain on Pentora 250, or just adjusting chain on Pentora 250 or 150. We have done a detailed video, but Tyson just shared with you just briefly on what to do. And some of you guys can just pick up on it just by loosening these nuts over here. What size are these here? Do you remember offhand?
I believe they're 14 top and bottom.
Okay, so you're going to loosen those, you guys?
This might be 13. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Awesome. So you guys, you'll figure that part out. And again, detailed video we did on chain adjustment on this model and the other Pentora 250. So make sure that you guys watch that video for the details of it. But that's the gist of it, to actually adjust your chain, making it looser or tighter. All right, so again, you guys, this was the CVT system here, transmission. Anything else you want to point out on these that they should be aware of besides what we just covered?
On this model, there isn't really much I can really think of.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we pretty much got it there.
Well, fantastic then. Okay, you guys, hope you find this well. If you like these videos, like, comment, subscribe. Tyson is our lead tech here at Scooter City Reno ATV, and he just wanted to make sure you guys understand the holidays are coming. Want to make sure all our customers understand what areas to service on these ATVs, because the manuals that are included with these and instructions are not clear at all. What do you say for that?
Yeah, they're pretty much worthless.
Yeah, exactly. So we want to thank Tyson here to making all these recommendations and sharing these tips on service points on the Pentora 150. And again, if you guys have a similar ATV, the service points may be very likely the same. So keep that in mind. Hope all is well. If you need some universal Chinese parts, it's scooteratVparts.com. And you'll find me on Instagram always, posting at Scooter ATV Sales. Thank you, Tyson, again. And we'll see you guys soon. Take care.